My name is Duane. I'm the Recreation Program Coordinator for the City of Seminole Recreation Division. I'm in charge of special events and senior programming. We have a fitness center, kind of small, it is community recreation. We have racquetball courts, a basketball court. We have a game room that has ping pong, pool, foosball, and air hockey. We have classrooms. We have an art room, a dance room, a music room, a teen room, and a senior room. We also have a large auditorium with a stage. We have a small kitchen. We don't have an oven or stove or anything like that. We do have heating units, so you can put the water in it, the steam holds. So we can rent out the auditorium to wedding parties and that kind of thing. We have a preschool, and we have soccer fields, playgrounds. We have 2 parks outside of the rec center and a tennis facility outside of the rec center. And as far as activities, I'm going to have a whole catalog of activities. Special events, the big ones are, we have a senior health and wellness expo in January. March, we have our powwow, which is a carnival, large festival, and includes a parade. April, every Friday night in April, we have movies in the park. June, we have a triathlon, a youth triathlon. It's the largest freestanding triathlon in the state. And we have a health and wellness family fitness festival in June as well. September and October, we have a 6-week concert series in the park, music in the park. We have a large Halloween spooktacular here at the rec center, which includes 2 nights of a haunted house. Very good haunted house. It's, as far as for several years I've been researching other community activities, haunted houses, and we go to Universal, we go to Busch Gardens and research how they're doing, and ours is closer to being like a Busch Gardens type than like Safety Harbor or any of the other little cities. So it's a high-level haunted house. Then we have, in conjunction with the Chamber of Commerce, we do a parade in November, just before Thanksgiving, the Sunday before Thanksgiving. That got canceled this year because of weather. We do a Winterfest, which was this past Saturday, and that's a large event. Includes we brought in 50 tons of ice and made a snow hill. Santa arrival, we had a hayride, a craft village. Our fire department sold food for their fundraiser. A lot of activities with that. We gave away hot chocolate, make and take cookies, where you decorate the cookies with frosting and sprinkles, and s'mores. And you put the marshmallow on a stick and stick it in a crock pot of chocolate rather than trying to heat the marshmallow. That event has grown this past year to the point where we will no longer be able to have it at our city park. We don't have the parking, or it's not designed to handle as many people as we get. So we'll probably move it here to the rec center, out on the soccer fields, because we can use the parking from the college as well as the library and across the street at the city hall. But this last weekend at this event, we had people parking on both sides of streets, residential streets. We couldn't get emergency equipment through, and so it just got to the point where safety concerns, we won't be able to do it there. This coming Friday, we have a movie in the park. We usually do, like last year's Blockbuster. And we do this event in conjunction with the Girl Scout troop. They do a Yule log celebration. And, they do a Yule log celebration, sing some Christmas carols, and then they have a Santa arrive. We leave our sleigh that we built for last weekend out, and that's a free event. And then next Saturday is Christmas with Santa, or Breakfast with Santa. And we're working with the Kiwanis this year. They're going to do a pancake breakfast. We do summer camps, a very successful summer camp all summer long, holiday camps. The way the facility was designed, it was a church when we bought it. When we put it together, they left most of the church and then built onto it. This basketball court and the office, that atrium right there, was church, and this is all new building. So they've built onto the church. Some of the problems we have is the way they design the office. We don't have a whole lot of control over the people coming and going. Whereas a lot of the rec centers and membership facilities, you come in, the first thing you're confronted with is the desk with the card reader. We have to hope for honesty for people to come in to here to swipe it. We have had problems with people coming in, swiping it, going in to play basketball, going out these back doors and letting all their buddies in. And now you got, a bunch of people that aren't supposed to be in there, taking up court space from the people who are paying to be here, or their tax money pays for them to be here. We don't have a big staff here. We have about 10 employees, and so there's not a whole lot of staff. We can't put somebody in the fitness center. We can't put somebody in the basketball court. So that's one of the main problems we have. We only have so much equipment, and what happens when we do have a guest policy. You can bring a guest in. It costs $5. So it's like they're kind of cheating us out of our $5. But we have limited facilities, and people who their tax money goes to provide this, they come in and they don't get to use the fitness equipment because it's just too many people. They get a little aggravated. It's a beautiful facility. It's very airy, clean. It's still pretty new, and it still has that new feel to it. It's about maybe 8 years old, 6 to 8 years old. So it still seems kind of new. Lighting's always an issue outside. We do have a playground, and we have a basketball court outside, swimming pools outside, soccer fields are outside. We had the lighting kind of changed a little bit. You don't get light underneath the canopy of the playground. So when it gets dark, you really can't see in there. Mostly in the evening, it's teenagers on the playground rather than the children that it was designed for. And they use the equipment in a manner of which it wasn't designed to be used. And when there's limited light out there, people do get it. That's a lighting issue that, we could correct it, but it would cost a lot of money, and we don't have a lot of money.
Excellent. All right. What are some of your best practices?
Well, trying to limit the liability is the main thing. You always try to limit what your liability would be, safety issues and all that kind of thing. With the liability waiver at the front desk that the guests have to sign, St. Pete College, they sign a liability waiver, their students, at their facility when they get the little sticker on the card, and they sign it when they come here every time. So we're trying to limit our liability, things that we do. When the pool's open, anytime somebody's in the water, there's 2 guards, one on each chair. And if the child feature is on, there's a guard standing near the child feature. So the best rescue is a trained lifeguard rather than the hook and pulling somebody out. The water is not particularly deep, so they can get somebody to the side pretty easily, get them on a board and pull them out. Since I've been here, there's never been any accidents in the pool. Nobody's drowned or near drowning or anything like that. The accidents that do tend to happen at a pool are based upon people not following rules. They're just not supposed to be running on the pool deck, diving, that kind of thing. You get the horseplay near the edge of the pool, and people fall and bang their head or cut their hands and that kind of stuff. And that's the main problem with that. No, they're on top of that. It has a filtering system. It does go through that. It's tested regularly, several times during the day. It's a shallow water facility at the child playground. There's no issues with that. Recently, legislation was passed about the process that you clean the water and sterilize the water, and there's a UV system that they're going to require all pools to put in, and it's going to cost us about $40,000 to enter in like that. But It's required. We want to keep the pool, we got to do that. And does it clean better than chlorine and that kind of stuff? I don't know. Personally, I think somebody was connected with Tallahassee, and they got this passed so they can sell their machines. Simple as that. Yes, it's right out back there, large unit. There's 3 large components. The only one that there's a problem with is the racquetball courts, because of the way they're enclosed. There is circulation in there, but it sometimes just doesn't feel like the air is moving. Exactly what happens there, because the air is circulated at the top, but all the way down at the bottom, you just don't feel it in that small room. And it's part of the basketball court too, on that system. So it's like 2 rooms, a small room and a big room, and the small room is, controlled by the big room. It's an old unit, and what cities tend to do is they use a bidding process, and they have to go with the lowest bid. Well, and when you go with the lowest bid, you tend not to get the best quality. So, yeah, our air conditioning goes out several times during the summer, and a couple years ago it was out for a week. While they're trying to fix it, we had kids in here. It was bad. It smelled, everything. Just the humidity on the desk. All your papers were kind of affected by it. Everything.